He was like, go introduce me. You know him as Monty from the 100. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher. Sit wherever you want to. It's your show. Nick room gap, a little gap between us. It happens. All right, we've got Tiffany in the back of the room. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Richie. It's Richie.
Oh, do you guys care if somebody else joins us?
Yeah.
Richard Harmon. That's so awesome. Guys, thanks for coming to DragonCon.
He's not Bob Marley, turn it up.
There's one that's kind of crappily, and then that one's prettier, so whatever you want. You can make a paper airplane and throw it at people. Excellent. So we have Tiffany in the back, she's got the microphone. So for those of you up front, if any of you can't get back to her, then we'll rotate you guys out, okay? So that everyone's included. Sound cool?
Yep.
All right, line up behind Tiffany, raise your hand, girl. Here she is, she's so pretty. You're gonna really stand way the hell back there with the microphone? Girl, these people have already walked 6 blocks to get here. Jesus. Thank you so much. And look at the little crowd follower. That's the best. Who do you have for your first question? What is it? Girl, we got an hour.
Okay. Michael here has a question.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, I have a question because I want to congratulate Richard on becoming a series regular.
Thank you.
It'll happen someday. I just wanted to know, how much does that mean to you, having had so many recurring roles in other shows?
It means the world, honestly. Like, it's been my dream since I was a kid to be a series regular on a TV show. And they made me feel like I was one for the first 2 seasons. I really did. I was part of the family. It was really more just having that kind of status. It was very cool to finally have. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I didn't know if it was ever going to happen, but it's truly one of the coolest feelings I've ever felt.
Do you know what's even cooler than a regular gig?
What?
Syndication.
That would be great.
No money. What's our next question? Rock, paper, scissors. It doesn't matter. Go.
We're having some line shenanigans back here. But Monty was pretty integral in what turned out to be the genocide of kind of a people. And I'm just wondering. I mean, he was.
In my opinion, him and Clark are both serial killers.
But,
What was your question?
I'm getting there. So, I'm just wondering, in the next season, are we going to see him kind of work through that? Or is he going to be more like, look, I just pushed the buttons, Clark is the one who pushed the buttons?
No, I'm sure he's going to take equal responsibility with Clark and Bellamy. I mean, that's the first. His track record was pretty clean up to that point, and now he's got a massacre of Mount Weather on his hands. So that has to weigh heavy. And then there's also killing Maya, and when you kill your best friend's girlfriend, how does that? So we'll see how that all comes through. Awkward.
Next question.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, excuse me. My sister just turned me on to your show, and I sat down and I watched it. I binge watched it, and I watched them all. It's a great show. I love it. And I'm so happy that I like it. And I got a Bob Marley shirt on. And then, who hunts for those animals out there? You know, goes to kill those wild animals, those beasts out there. Who they eat?
Who's your hunter? That's Melanie would be the hunter.
Yeah, Bob kills panthers.
Bob kills a lot of them.
Is Murphy? Because you got a knife. You got a knife.
No, he just kills people.
Murphy's got like crackers. He's got a cracker and wine diet. You're lighting that.
Rachel has a question.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi. Well, I was just wondering if y'all can tell us anything about what we can expect in season 3.
Ooh, careful, sweetie. Spoiler. I'm taking this one's your panel.
More death.
Well, how about if the question is reworded? Is there anything that you know that's coming that maybe was a little different that you're excited about, whether it's a type of fight sequence or training?
I think one thing you said is that you should be looking forward to is a better look at kind of grounder politics. That's my favorite part of season 3 so far, is if you kind of delve into what that whole situation is like and how commanders become commanders and what the 12, like the coalition of 12 clans is like. That's pretty cool. I like that stuff. So I said politics. I don't think that's a spoiler. So. It was. They're killing me already.
If you're a series regular, what can they do?
Well, there's a lot. I've never stopped them before.
True story. Next question.
Hi, I'm Megan. This is for Richard. Did you enjoy playing a villainous character? And do you think you like that more than playing just like a normal good guy? Or
Yes. I never considered him a villain, really. I think he just... fair enough. You know, different folks, different strokes, as they say. No, it is not misunderstood either. I think it's just... I think they're all just people. He went through what he went through, and he did what he did, but I don't think he's any worse than anyone else.
And he's
not worse
redeeming himself.
I think he is redeeming himself, but I think that was always in him. My only situation is I think they're just the camera's staying on him more. Like he was always that guy, he just never got the chance to see it.
He's sassier now.
He's sassier.
Next question.
Hi, I was curious if maybe down the road we'd get sort of a day in the life setting for the characters, like more of season 1. You came to the ground, you had to literally take this hill and fortify it, and you know how you survived in that day to day. Season 2 it was much more about the high drama, but less about sort of what the individual characters have to do in their day to day to survive. So I'd be curious what you think about your characters and if we could see that feature in the series.
Did they go maybe a different direction, filming any episodes of like a day in the life of a single character instead of
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. So we do limited run on our season. Like we only do 16 episode seasons, so we don't have say like the 22 that I think Arrow has or the Flash.
They did the Bellamy Octavia.
Yeah, the flashbacks. I think they'd be cool to see our flashbacks. I'd like to know what we were like.
Yeah.
We were best friends.
Like we were probably
Me, you, and Jasper.
We're not friends at all. Yeah.
Great question. What's the next one?
Hi. Something that made me originally fall in love with the show was season 4, Murphy's Law. And up until like season 1, or episodes 1, 2, and 3 was, I think I meant episode 4. Episode 4 where Murphy's actually strung up, you know, like that was pretty intense. And the first 3 episodes were so vibrant, the colors were like very, you know, overblown. Did you guys notice that? And then like when episode 4 comes around, you're like, oh wow, like I'm being strung up right here. Like, you guys feel like
Absolutely. I think that's one of the parts of the show kind of kicked off.
season 1, that's my favorite. But then the episode before, Charlotte stabbed. Well,
Yeah, that was
a little
That's
more
true.
Charlotte beginning.
Yeah.
A little darker.
Don't want to be scared. I kind of forced, like, I kind of forced a 12-year-old to commit suicide. It's pretty cool. Feels good. I sleep all the time. Next question.
Hi, again, Christopher. Do you have any idea when the trailer's going to come out for the next season?
I don't even think we have enough footage yet.
Probably not.
Maybe like, I mean, if the show comes out in March, maybe, what do you think, December?
Hopefully, like, February. Well, hopefully February. No, February. I hope the show comes out in February.
Okay, so let's say December.
What episode number are you on filming? Are you able to reveal that?
That's tough. That's tough because we're like
Sure.
kind of on 4, kind of on 5, sort of on 1. Still haven't finished shooting episode 1.
You saw Richard on set, what, Thursday?
Yeah,
Yeah, when we were shooting episode 1.
1. Yeah, we were both going back to shoot episode 1.
Yeah, so.
So each episode's about 8 shooting days. Is that about right for your television show?
Yes.
Like 4 to 6 weeks, and so they probably haven't cobbled together as much.
Yeah, it's been
Ready.
How long have we been? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
July? Early July?
Yeah.
So yeah, no trailer. Never. It's happened. Great question. Next.
Hi, I'm Holly Harmon. So hey, Richard.
Oh, wonderful. Are we related?
I don't know.
Are
Maybe.
we married?
My question is, what is the hardest scene for you to film?
I don't know, because the hard ones are the ones I love to do. Like the hanging scene was tough. I loved shooting that scene. My first scene in season 3 was tough, but again, one of my other favorite scenes I've ever shot. Probably my most hated one would be something that was simple. Probably like Bob making me try to take off Wells' wristband in the pilot.
Yeah, anything with like where you have 1 or 2 lines, and it takes all day to shoot. That's always. I think like I never do stunts. So in season 2, when we had the like non-weather battle where Jasper had that axe, that took a very long time. And it was yeah, I had to turn over with the gun and shoot someone. And I think that took most of the day. That was another difficulty though. That's when you have 1 line and you have
That's because that's so difficult on your patience.
yeah.
Yeah, there's different levels of difficulty. I get it. I worked on The Walking Dead for a couple of years, and there's nothing like being a dead zombie on pavement in July. Good time, 16 hours laying on the pavement. So if you ever want to know what it's like, do it. It's great. Your body will hate you for 2 days afterward. See, it's just difficult things. I totally get it. 1 or 2 line days, yeah, those are the worst because you wait all day, or you shoot it 17 different ways, and there's only so many ways you can say 9 words.
Yeah, Monty's got a lot of those scenes, especially in season 1. So just trying to figure out how to activate 1 line and give it depth and emotion can sometimes be difficult, but like Richard said, the difficult ones are the ones that teach you the most.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good question. What's next?
I'm Megan, and I was wondering, in the first episode ever, the character discovered a fluorescent forest, and I was wondering why we hadn't seen anything like that.
Money. That pretty much covers it. We're a mid-season show. We don't get that same budget.
Or James Cameron did it in season with this.
Yeah, he was mad about that. The show.
You never know.
Yeah, it's his favorite show.
That's awesome. Our next
Just
question.
mad he did it better. They disagreed so much. They love that.
So I have a question for both of you. This is one of my fun ones, and you can percolate on it for a minute. Come back a little later. So, had there been a different opportunity to play a different character on the show, who would you love to have been able to tackle and interpret your own way?
I have my answer. Honestly, and I'm not just saying this because she's right here next to me. I've said it's on the record. It's Murphy, hands down, because she's the polar opposite of Monty. And so to tackle his character, it would just be a 180 for all of my choices, and that sounds the most interesting to me. It would be nice not to be so nice all the time. No one's 100% cinnamon bun. He's pure 100% of the time, so he has to have a dark side. So I'd love to see that. And Murphy would be a good vehicle for that.
He's a little cinnamon bunnish.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. He's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
Sweetest guy.
Would you like to play Richard?
The guy, thank you, by the way. Yeah, nothing to do. Still thank you. John number 2. Not exactly, that's the whole point. I'd say Lexa. That's an awesome character, but I could never do what Alicia does, not just because I'm a man. Boy, really. But she's so good. She's a freak. There's usually, like, phenoms are usually for, like, sports, but she's like an acting phenom.
Who's now on The Walking Dead?
Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead.
Just broke cable records.
Oh.
Yeah, that by their predecessor. Which we've never done.
You just broke our hearts with how awesome your show is.
So much. Yeah, I needed that right now.
Next question. And if there's anybody in the front that can't get back there, just let me know.
Hi, my name is Megan. One of the things that I really appreciate about your show is that not only does it have an incredible cast of women who lead, but a lot of the writers are also women as well. I think most of the writers' room is composed of women. And I think that gives a bit of depth to the gender issues and gender bias that we don't normally see on television shows. Playing male characters, have you seen any differences in how they've been written or any more complexities to dealing with masculinity that we maybe don't get fleshed out when you have a room full of men?
That's cute. It's all
Yeah, because I mean, most writers' rooms are older white men. So whenever you get any kind of diversity, race, gender, I think our writers' room, it's half female, right?
At least.
At least. Yeah, it might have even tipped over.
Shauna.
Yeah, it might be over actually. We have more women.
Is not there anymore.
Yeah. It's at least 6, I think. So when you have that, you just have awareness. And so when you're writing your female characters, you can write them with, they're three-dimensional all of a sudden, and they have very clear motivations and drives. And you can see that with Clark, Lexa, Octavia, Raven. I'd say a lot of the females are stronger than the males in terms of development, so I think that's good. We need that. So yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that woman you said. Or Patsy.
Next question.
Hi, sorry.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I was wondering if you guys had any comments or how it sort of changed into your character, but how you guys think that you got on the ship. We know that Monty smoked weed, but I don't think we heard anything else. So and how that plays into your character.
Wait.
I missed that.
I missed, wait, so Monty smokes weed.
You smoked weed to get on to the, in jail to get onto the planet. So, yeah. I don't think we ever heard about your story to get on the ship.
No, we still don't know what I did.
Do you have any speculation on it?
I've always made a joke. I made a joke on the pilot that it was public urination. And then I'm pretty sure that's where Jason took the idea to make me pee on Connor. And then I'm sure he convinced himself it was his idea. That's brilliant. I mean, that's it, yeah. Richard, I thought of a great thing. Murphy, he's on public here. I peed on the last tree. That's probably what happened. Drunk, crying about my dead dad.
If you were on the show, how would you like to? What would you have liked your crime to be? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Stole a paperclip.
Probably.
Would be enough. Felony on the park.
Thank you.
I know I'm going to eat more than my share of food. I like to eat.
More than your one like protein pill a day. Or like pellets though.
My Tic Tac, I'm good.
Hey, why were we all almost so ripped when I got on the ground?
I know, we all
I fasted after the
I
pilot. I lost so much weight after the pilot. I lost 20 pounds. And I was like, I'm gonna like hollow out. And then I showed up. Bob was just ripped. What happens? We don't really, we didn't.
What was Bob doing? Maybe he was stealing food.
Why are you all like this? We're on the CW show, man. I gotta fire my ass.
No, you got me in Devin, so you're good.
They're really beefy up here. Just saying. Gun show. Next question.
Hi, I'm also Zoe.
A lot of repeat names. Megan's a lot of them.
It's on a little flashcard. They keep passing it to the person.
That's exactly what happened. So my question is, obviously on the show there's a lot of violence. Are there any funny stories of like an injury on set?
Yeah, funny. Never been too. Well, Eliza last year was pretty good.
What was Eliza?
Bashed her head off the ground. I thought it was funny.
I think Devin pulled his back swinging the axe.
Yeah.
But he pulls his back pretty
I have
easily,
my
right?
picture scars. I don't know. No, it's just the way they was described a lot. It was funny. I forget what scene it was. She was supposed to do like one thing where she just supposed to like do like just a fall back onto the ground. And she's like, that's it. Like you just need to like lean back, and that's it. And then apparently on take one, it's like, all right, take one. And she just like. And Marshall was like, that's exactly the opposite. Yeah, they get from Warner Brothers. If he had gotten fired over that, I would have been
To bridge more on, like, where you're talking about comedic things that may happen, that not necessarily injure us, but are there any prank pullers on set? Any?
Ian.
Yeah, Ian's the worst.
Yeah.
Kane.
He gave me the worst wedgie I've ever had. Yeah. That's a true story, I'm not lying. And I was handcuffed in front of me, so I couldn't get to it. Pants looking a little low, Richard. Like, I'm fine. No, let me help you out. He just went and grabbed my underwear. I couldn't do anything about it. And then he went into the scene, and it was this 5-minute long take. I would come into the second half of it.
But you did it at a higher octave.
Thomas, before he got stabbed by Clark, Thomas used to come on set with bags of fruit. Like a backpack full of fruit.
Weirdo.
And so right before we started, like while they were rolling, before we started shooting, we pulled out like pineapples and pomegranates. So we've got hours of footage of Thomas.
He was making like a film about
fruit.
About fruit. He was just like before I'd be getting ready for a take. And he was just hand me like a watermelon. And just look at me and just snap a photo. Take the watermelon back. And he used to just, I remember when we were doing all the like the massacre stuff, because me and him had a bunch in season 2, just together, the two of us. Before takes, he would just yell, Wells is dead. And I'm like, alright, action. We'd be like, Wells is dead! And he'd run out of the scene. Like it was getting him ready for the scene.
Do you guys miss Finn? Just curious. Hands up. Who misses Finn? Oh! Who's glad he's gone?
Who's glad he's gone? Who's indifferent on the matter?
Oh.
It's like an equal thirds. Who's glad we're not dead? wants me dead?
Who wants me?
Who wants him dead? What?
First off, sir, that's a hate crime. We call that a hate crime for one person. I got at least 5 or 6 who want to be dead.
Are there any particular routines that you do when you go on set? For instance, in the movie Due Date, I did casting for the background extras, and Robert Downey Jr. would place crystals underneath everything, and that triggered when you were talking about all the fruit being just like given to people. So he puts like all these new age crystals and shit all over the. It's Robert Downey Jr. You can do whatever you want. But it was like everything. It was like everything had to be particular. Are there any type of routines or habits that you do to get yourself ready?
I listen to a lot of music. That's my biggest.
Okay.
What music?
Yeah, what's on the playlist?
Murphy playlist? I don't know if we have it with me right now. No, I have contact with it. There's a lot of Bob Dylan, with the right kind of stuff. Some dark stuff. Lately, some love songs. Direction? No. No One Direction.
Are you a believer?
Not a believer either. Either one of these things, we can move off the topic.
Next question.
I'd rather you talk about my crack addiction.
It was the one thing he said, do not talk about my crack addiction. I was like, done.
Talk about that part.
They don't know what they're doing. They're all like,
I'm going to leave them not knowing about it.
He's totally cool. Next question.
All right, so my name is unimportant, but so when the show started off, you guys were all minors, and so I was wondering if on the characters were all minors, and so I was wondering if the show's ever going to acknowledge if they ever make it to adulthood, or are they going to be perpetually teenagers?
There's not a lot of time has passed.
yeah, it's been like 4 days.
A lot of stuff has happened. What's been now? Season 3, like 7 months, 8 months, because of the jump. Jason said that, right?
Yeah, no, that's that, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there's like a 4-month jump at the beginning of season 3.
Adults, though. I don't know, because we're probably like, I'm probably
maybe 18 now.
yeah, I might be like 15 now. 18? You're older? I thought I was like 16. You're an adult. You're an adult.
I might be an adult.
So yeah, we have one adult.
I'm not because I was 17. They never said what the character was. I was 16.
I think Bob's the only
John wanted.
I don't think they're going to go. No, I think they're going to keep us teens for as long as humanly possible.
Unless the show goes.
Unless it's like age. Yeah, unless we're like 35 playing. Well,
Well, they were 34 on 902 and now they were. Next question.
Hi, good afternoon. If you could pick any cast member or character to interact more with in future seasons, who would it be?
Yeah, I'd love to do scenes with you. We've literally done nothing.
Yeah,
Other than you
yeah,
scrambling up a ladder like a coward.
like episode 2. Yeah, we've never. Murphy's gonna kill each other. We've never spoken to each other. I haven't spoken to like 90% of the cast. I talked to like Jasper. That's all.
Talk to like a wall.
Yeah,
Talk to myself.
Would you?
You?
It's not me. It's not.
No, seriously, it would be. You steal scenes. Like you.
I've pitched a love triangle with Monty, Abby.